Not a lot of Ymir play. We saw some of it in the A tier and below tournament, or actually I forget. No, I'm sorry, A minus tier and below tournament. But yeah, we haven't seen him too much in this kind of a setting. And I think he'll go with a little bit of a different kind of build, going that he's up against an Aphrodite. Maz, what do you think?
For sure, I think Hawkins, we've seen him play Ymir before, and he played it excellently. I want to see more of his hot Ymir plays. And we got Leanan on the Aphrodite, and before he was Leanan, he was Queen Aphrodite. It's his signature character. I'm looking to see some really good Aphrodite plays in this match.
Yeah, both players have. I mean, this is a stacked tournament. A lot of entrants, about 30 entrants this time. And on their side of the bracket, Linan took out Arceus round 2. Took out Mountain Goat, the Mountain Goat of Twitter fame and esports fame, on in round 1. Then yeah, took out Tech. Oh, this is a little. Took out Tech, who beat Nuda. Finds himself here. Hawken just came off a beaten Hail. He beat Kittens, Axe to You. He's had a tough bracket, and he has continuously proven, Hawken, that he is a very formidable player in this event.
Agreed. So starts, we see Ymir going into the tier 2 Bancrofts, combined with the Blink as his relic of choice. I really do like this. A lot of power early, which synergizes with Ymir perfectly. And also the Blink to keep on that Aphrodite even after she uses her disengage tools, such as her knockback and her kiss.
Yeah, so given that Ymir is going to be the early game aggressor here and is just going to try to overpower the Afro in the early, what do you think of the matchup, Maz?
In terms of the matchup, I think it's pretty simple. Ymir wins early, Queen Aphrodite wins late. Like, Aphrodite, when it hits that late game where she's just so hard to lock down and kill just because of the constant heals coming out, it's so annoying. But when it gets to that point, it's so difficult to come back.
Yeah, I
really
don't see how a Ymir will in any way play into Afro in the late once she has potentially double defense, or at least, you know, defense plus a health item and all of her tools to you know, to just dissuade the Ymir, just get him off her trail. And all the while healing up and dealing a ton of damage over time. It's really going to be a challenge for Ymir to stick in this if it does come to late game. But yeah, it's all up to him to try to take it in the early, and that's not an easy thing to do against Afro. She can clear so safely, and she can really make it hard for you to bridge the gap against her, just hiding under objectives so safely.
I definitely like the start coming up from Aphrodite as well, going for the Signs of Time for that mana sustain. One issue with Aphrodite is she does have mana issues early, but going for that Signs of Time as well as the Shoes of Focus, giving that extra mana, definitely will mitigate some of those problems. Tierlist picked up as well, really trying to combat that early mana pool of the Aphrodite.
Yeah.
Red buff does go to Queen Aphrodite on the Aphrodite as well. I don't know, it's so hard for Ymir. He really needs to be like killing the Aphrodite now. This is his chance whilst it's still early. I really want to see Hawkins go in, be more aggressive.
Problem is for Hawk in the mana right now, starting in that Bancroft's tier 2, he doesn't have much at his disposal. He can't afford to poke too much because then he can't clear the wave. So it's really just, yeah, it's a rough time until you get at least the boots online. The boots, he could die here. Uh-oh, this is awkward pathing too. He kind of took a couple more shots than he needed to. Wow, he actually, wow, uncharacteristic of Linan to miss both of those abilities in that situation. But I don't know if Hawkins out. Yeah, okay, he is. There's nothing else available, it looks like, for Linan, or at least is not willing to try for it. That was tricky. So just like awkward pathing by Hawken, but then completely dropped by Linan.
Ymir really needs to get a kill online. He's got boots now, he's got a lot of power. This is before Aphrodite gets a defense online. He needs to be taking advantage now and really going in and being aggressive. I really want to see Hawkins get a kill within the next couple of minutes to secure his place in this match, because the later this goes, Aphrodite is a time bomb. As soon as she gets online, the game's going to be over for Ymir. He's not going to have a chance. I really want to see some kills coming up.
Yeah, Warlock Sash. Oh, this could be it, but no ultimate available here for Hawken. And the problem is, every time Hawken has his ult, or practically every time he has his ult, Afro has her ult as well. So it's just, oh man, it's frustrating for sure. And with Warlocks coming online, it means that Linan is just going to be more and more unkillable the more the game goes on. Oh wow, look at this damage though. He's going to need a good wall. Yeah, the ult's not going to do it. Wow, I can't believe it. See, look at oh, shit. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Just how many tools she has to keep him at bay. It's crazy. And then by the time he's done, like he's had enough and he decides I can't even fight her anymore, she can often turn the tables. Not yet, because she doesn't have much damage under her belt. But look at all that. Just forcing Hawken back on what was his aggressive play. Queen Aphrodite navigating that Ymir so well, though, knowing exactly what he needs to do. You know, he just has masterful control of his character.
You synced up, by the way, Shadow? You click that button in the corner?
I did not click the button. Per se. We're watching
agreed
some...
completely.
Okay, well, yeah. As I was saying, I should repeat all of it exactly the same way. My bad.
No, I agree with your points. Aphrodite, time bomb. Even though Ymir is coming in hot, it's just so many tools the Aphrodite has.
I like the blink play a lot from Hawken. I think you commented it earlier. It's really what he needs in this situation. But it just might not be enough. Are you getting some lag here?
I'm getting stasis mode.
Yeah, I'm getting some strange spectator things going on. That's nice. I'm getting, it's like going fast forwarding like crazy, man. Oh, that's because it's catching us back up to where we were. All right, hopefully that was the last of that. Sorry, guys. This is just some things you can't account for when it comes to spectator.
So Ymir is now starting into possibly a Warlock Sash, possibly a Gem, possibly an Aphrodite staff. What do you think of this?
It shouldn't be a Warlock Sash, I don't think by any means, but it might be Hawken's game plan, and that's what worries me a little bit. I don't think the Warlock Sash is going to benefit him. The later this game goes, as we've been, saying, probably maybe even too much, but it is the reality of it. Unfortunately, in a matchup like this, Duel is very unforgiving with these types of characters. I don't know why he's not walling here. Very strange, but he does miss those birds. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to play for the late here if you're Ymir. So I don't know. I doubt it's gonna be Gem of Ice. So it doesn't usually play too well with the Ymir. And then Ethereal Staff, it's not something we see often. I'd love to see it work, but it very rarely is picked up. I think it's just not a great item given the other types of itemization you can go into.
I actually think I know an idea why Hawken's picked the Ymir. Okay, so Vulcan was not banned. I think the Hawken purposely left open the Vulcan and picked Ymir to think that he could counter the Vulcan with
that does have a little bit of niche play, yeah.
Being able to wall off the Vulcan, nowhere to go, he can't backfire. Well, he can, but he'll backfire directly into the wall and not gain distance.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant matchup at all late game.
It's not the best, but it could be where he was coming from.
Yeah, no, if he was looking to snowball something and utilize his Ymir, yeah, that would have been a much more beneficial matchup and one that's more realistic for him to take. The benefit that Linan has is that a lot of people don't know that it's Queen Aphrodite too. I'm not sure that Hawken knew, but at this point, I assume most people in my chat know, but he's not around that much in the chat either, so he's kind of elusive. He's an elusive guy, Queen Afro, and he's been, just he comes and he goes. So in this kind of tournament, it's very beneficial if people don't know that your name is Queen Aphrodite and your pick is going to be Afro.
Yeah, I see what he's doing, changing his name for the tournament.
Yeah, no, he didn't actually change it for the tournament, though.
It's a better storyline, go with it.
Yeah. He's just super tryhard. Changes his name every single game. can never predict who he is. You just spectated him, and then he's a different guy.
But Ymir does choose to go into the Warlock Sash, and I fear for the Ymir at this point now. The last thing you want to do.
Somebody just said, man, did he even pick up wall? And I'm like, yeah, why isn't he walling always? But the guy has not picked up wall. I've never seen that before.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's actually never picked up wall? That doesn't make sense, given that you're against Aphrodite, who has just a, you know, linear escape because she doesn't have a dash or a jump. And it just, that's baffling to me. There were positions where he definitely could have utilized the wall too, aggressively, you know, not just defensively. So it's a definitely questionable decision. He just wants as much bang for his buck as he can get, I guess.
But the thing is, the wall allows more confirmation of Ymir's damage. It's a great tool for Ymir to really lock down the Aphrodite, and I really don't think that not leveling the wall was a smart decision. I really think it was a mistake.
Yeah, because you don't need much into it. Just the single point will do. So it's not like you're, you know, it's not like it's going to interrupt your damage game all that much. It's really giving you only a slight advantage, or not slight advantage, but, you know, a slight boost in those abilities by getting one more point in it. Yeah, I definitely disagree with it. And lockdown is definitely the name of the game for Ymir here in this scenario. As you can see, Queen Aphrodite's gotten 56 stacks on her Warlocks at this point, and Hawkins prepared to go toe-to-toe. He's only got 23 on his own, but you can tell just by the sheer pickup of it that he's expecting this to go to late, and he wants to, you know, he's allowing himself to try to play that game to get there and match her in it. But we'll see if he's got any tricks up his sleeve for how he can make it happen.
It's gonna be difficult though with the sustain Aphrodite he has and the tools she has to disengage Ymir, but we'll see. Maybe Hawkins knows something we know. Because this is his plan, he's going with Warlock, so he wants to go late game. I don't know, perhaps he thinks he can win late game.
Yeah, one tough thing in Duel is that, unfortunately, most of the time it's going to go to late game, you know? It's not a game mode that you can be that versatile in. When it comes to the average pickups, it's just, you know, the Bull Demon is finicky about, like, who can actually take it, and it doesn't affect the Titan, so big aggression, but no kill here. So, you know, it doesn't inflict any damage onto the Titan or anything like that. So you've got limited options to try to end the game early if you're a god like Ymir too, especially against one with a lot of escape options like Aphrodite. So, I mean, sometimes realistically, it's gonna come down to late game, but you never want to, like, you have to hope that it won't, because that's almost a guaranteed loss. You have to try to, it's kind of putting your eggs all in one basket, but so is picking Ymir at this stage and leaving Aphro open. So that's, you know, that's kind of the bed that he's made. He's got to lie in it.
Yeah, I feel like there's two different play styles. There's the all-in, I'm going to snowball and win this matchup before you even get on chance to come online. And then there's the, okay, I'm going to pick a guard, I'm going to play kind of passively, and then start to fight and come online. From the looks of it, Hawkins going for that second playstyle, but I feel like this is a mistake with the matchup.
Yeah.
But Aphrodite now picking up some penetration. She's got that Spear of Magus online. Great synergy with Aphrodite's kit. Her love doves? I think that's what we do. What's it called? Love dove.
I think so. Probably is. I don't know. I don't know any of her abilities. I know back off because she says
love birds. Okay.
Oh,
love
so
birds. I was close. He's a bird.
It actually, yeah, should have been love doves if
Love
Hi-Rez cared
so
much about the game.
Hi-Rez, hire me for making names for your abilities.
She's gonna back him off right into the tower, and that's a lot of damage. Yeah, Hawkins trying to rely on a little bit of that Bancroft's healing, and it's doing a little bit for him, but of course Pestilence being picked up by Queen Aphrodite, or Linan, sorry for mixing up the two names, you guys, but as long as we explain it enough, I think it's okay, right? Yeah, so that Pestilence just going to negate a lot of it.
Ymir has leveled his wall, he used the wall.
Yep, that's right.
It's happening.
So much experience in favor of Linan here. I think this is the first, what some would call boring matchup of the tournament, to be honest. It's been pretty explosive all around. And there's still a lot of room for it to open up if Hawking can find something here, but it's just the nature of this exact matchup, especially with somebody as proficient as Linan here, to be able to fully exploit Ymir's weaknesses.
Back off.
Agreed, for sure. Really tough matchup for Ymir. Lena knows exactly how to play. It's very experienced Aphrodite, and he's just taking this game huge experience.
Yeah, no problem.
Lead
Jabber, I have no
for
problem.
Lena minus Aphrodite, taking the blue buff away as well. I just think it's gonna be really hard, if not impossible, for Ymir to kind of come back from this.
Yeah, he's gone to the Void Stone, and is now going for Obsidian. He'll finally get some pen online, but it's very, very late now for that. No major defense item for him either is very rough. Of course, the Void Stone being like a bridge the gap kind of item. Strange to see it picked up after a Warlock Satch. You know, it doesn't make all that much sense in this case, but it does help him a little bit get there. It's just like where is he trying to get to? But yeah, Obsidian will help him pack a punch here. I feel like Hawken knows how this is going. I expect that if Linan takes another engagement and manages to kill him again, that it'll end up in an F6. He hasn't touched that tower. He hasn't been able to get anywhere near close to killing her again.
It's just so difficult for Ymir at this point. But yeah, I agree with you completely. I really would like to see that Void Stone moved up a slot after you finish the boots, get that Void Stone online, really try and keep that early game going. But going into the Warlock Sash, it's so slow and takes so long to get online. Yeah, it's gone into the Cursed Ankh though, which getting some anti-heal online, whether that will help him or not, I don't know, but I do like the pickup, but I just think it's too little too late at this point.
Yeah. Cursed Ankh next patch is going to be pretty sick, honestly. It's got, what does it do? It's like, it increases all of your enemies' cooldowns, and then it also increases the amount of mana it takes for them to use their abilities. It sounds overcomplicated as hell to me. I don't know why an anti-heal item has that on in the first place, but it's cool. It'll be more useful.
Yeah, and
especially for early game plays with that mana thing.
Yeah, the cooldown as well. It's pretty early game active, I feel like.
Yeah. Because, up against an Aphrodite, increasing her already extremely low cooldowns in the late game when she's got a ton of CDR under her belt, yeah, it's true. It won't be as effective. And especially the mana is not going to matter at all against an Aphro who's got so much in her pool. Okay, yeah, it increases cooldowns on abilities by 2 seconds, makes ability cost 20% more. Yeah, so definitely an earlier game type of item, unless you're in a very situational kind of position, though. Wow, what is happening? I'm getting weird stasis, man.
I'm in stasis again. Oh, okay, it stopped. What you doing, Hi-Res? But yeah, that Cursed Ankh next patch definitely going to be a stronger pickup. For now, though, I feel like the blink hasn't been that impactful. Perhaps
yeah, I don't know if it's that he just hasn't been able to make too much use of it. I don't know. Yeah, Sunder perhaps. Yeah. I think in the very early he made some play. He did make the play that he almost killed there. Like the only one where it could have went his way and it just didn't. Was through the blink. So if in the early he was able to do more, yeah, it kind of does seem to fall off a little bit here. But I think it's more because his own kill potential has fallen off.
Yeah, blink is one of those actives where it's really good if you're ahead, but not so good if you're behind. Not really providing much if you're defending an objective.
Yeah, but it makes for flashy escapes mods, especially if you're backbaiting. You're backbaiting, and then you just you blink right behind them. But not if you're behind. But if you blink away instead, and then it's just like what? Oh, that was a good carpet there. Gets the anti-heal on him. He's gonna have to time this freeze. Okay, he does hit it. He's gonna get the ult. No, he needed his ult right there before the back off actually applied. I'm so surprised that he didn't recognize it.
Oh, just the healing is too much. The Ankh is faded.
Oh, wow. No.
no.
Oh, he does get the wall, but he's too low. He's not.
It's
He's
just
gonna look
so
for the blink.
unfortunate.
He's gonna bait him into here, and he's gonna look for the blink. Yes,
Oh,
there it
blink.
is. But it's not enough. The healing is so much. Oh no.
Oh, the wall.
I don't think his frostbite would have carried him through that enough to take the fight, unfortunately, because it would have ran out before he killed her, and then her autos would have been able to do it.
This
So
is the
good
problem,
decision.
though. Like, at this point, Ymir just doesn't have the burst to fight through the defense which Aphrodite has, plus extra health he's gaining constantly because of the healing. The Ankh just not lasting long enough, which is crazy because it's such a long-lasting heal. It's just not enough.
And yeah, I don't know, to that extent, the Ankh being not enough, why no anti-heal at all in the build? It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, he's relying very heavily on the active use.
Yeah, and I mean, he only got that after, at level 12. So before that, there was still no anti-heal in the build, and that's so costly against Aphrodite, especially when you're trying to beat her, beat her to the punch and make sure that you get the engagement started early and start, really taking it to her then. Instead of that Void Stone in that position, Pestilence almost definitely would have been the better option. It would have been a little bit less damage, but I mean, it's tough because he went Warlocks there. It's like any theory crafting about the build sounds awkward just because it's Warlocks in this position in this matchup. But yeah, I think to make the best out of a bad situation probably would have been Pestilence there. He definitely needs the anti-heal. You can't afford knockout against Aphro. That's her calling card.
And it does look like he's going into a Rod. Yeah, it finishes up that Rod too. Again, just not going for that anti-heal option. Maybe he'll solve the Bancross talent late game for the Divine Ruin.
Yeah,
That's I really would have liked to see him earlier.
That freeze lasts so long at max level.
Hawkins is landing his abilities though.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a fantastic job of it, honestly. That's why it's unfortunate to see that a little bit of it got squandered in the builds. Oh my god, of course. Right now, give us stasis. Yeah, to be able to fight this well into Aphro late game as Ymir, like, it's really impressive. Oh, okay, stasis. That's great. I think I can tell how this one's going to end, though. I hope you guys can too. And this is not a... Oh, man. This is not ideal. I don't know if the servers are just like shitting themselves. It's great though. Are you, Maz? We just watched it 3 times, man. Are you watching this 3 times? Are you doing this, Maz, secretly to torture us all?
Watched it 3 times? What?
You're not watching 3 times?
No.
What? Whenever something weird happens, Maz, it doesn't happen to you. All right?
The EU luck.
No. I suspect foul play. There's that one time I beat you in a money match.
Ymir falls and so does the Phoenix. Aphrodite looking to end out this game.
Yeah, wow, look how much he's able to do there. So much so much power in this build from Aphrodite, which you don't often see on Aphro. Just a lot of confidence coming out of Linan. Spear of Deso, like, that's pretty crazy, especially that coupled with well, the fact that she needs and thrives off of anti-heal. I mean, not anti-heal, whoops, off of cooldown reduction. Like, that's a great pickup.
Yeah, good active for Aphrodite, but matchup ended how we thought it would. Ymir falls in the late game. Unfortunate, but just how the matchup goes, and sometimes that's what Duel is.
Yeah, for sure. That's it's a lot of it. It's about like 70% of it, man. That's why a lot of these events, I try to hope that everybody's picking within the same sort of tier. But this time around, Hawken opted into a lower tier god, and that's his decision. He was going ride or die by it, and unfortunately did not work out for him. But hope he enjoyed it still.